We have just seen rushes direct from Hollywood of pictures being released in the coming weeks. And we are proud to announce that this theater will soon bring you the greatest array of pictures ever to reach our screen. You'll see the finest stars in exciting performances. You'll thrill to the suspense, comedy, romance, and drama of world-famous stories. Here's a glimpse of a few of them coming to this theater soon.
Hello and welcome to Movies for Dumb Guys. I'm your dumb guy host, Joe Johnson. And with me, as always, is Ryan Sharp.
Mufasa. Ooh, say it again.
Richie Rollins.
Twitter, you got to be more fair about me.
That's right. And joining us, our special guest from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, the Q.
How's it going?
All right, so we're early into 2019. We recapped 2018. We talked about our favorite moments. Now we're going to look ahead to 2019. We're going to talk about the movies that we are most excited about in 2019, the ones that have the most buzz, the ones you're most eagerly anticipating. It's going to be a great year for movies in 2019. 2018 set box office records, and it looks like 2019 is already set to break those records. Some of the biggest franchises in movie history are set to launch. A large majority of the movies that are coming out in 2019 are sequels, reboots, and parts of franchises. And it's going to be a great year for movies. What I've asked my co-host to do is rank their top 10 most anticipated movies of 2019. Now, I have two lists here. One is chronological order, and one is my personal list of what I'm looking forward to.
Look at that
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, what?
Chronological in order of release date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have release date and then my ranking. So we're going to start off with my ranking. I just don't think there's any argument here.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Number one,
We've been waiting for this one.
Most anticipated movie
always Star Wars.
of 2019.
Not on my list.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out
You didn't like the last Star Wars.
50% of all living creatures.
We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. Got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Apparently, Ant-Man is going to play a big role in Endgame. Now, we have a tendency to call this a sequel to Infinity War, but the producers and directors are like, it's not a sequel, it's its own standalone movie, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's a sequel to Infinity War. So, I mean, how can you not be excited to see how things progress after that gut punch of an ending in Infinity War? I'm dying to see where this goes. I'm dying to see who lives or dies. Now, obviously, we know which Marvel movies are going to be coming out over the next year or two, so there's a little spoiler there to know who's going to come out of this intact. But I just can't wait for the big reveals of Endgame to find out what everyone has up their sleeve. I think there were hints that were dropped in Infinity War. Doctor Strange said some things about all these possible outcomes, and we win one, and then he says it was necessary for this to happen, for us to achieve that one victory. So I think we're going to see a lot of some of that play out in Endgame. Now, Richie, as we were getting started, you're like, oh, you're going to be talking about Star Wars. Yes, there is a Star Wars movie coming out we're going to get to in a moment, but this is the first time in my life where there's a Star Wars sequel or prequel coming out that does not top my list of anticipated movies.
I'm just blown away.
Endgame supersedes Star Wars. I think it's going to be the big event movie of the year. and I think a lot of people are with me. Ryan, are you as excited about the conclusion of the events in Infinity War as I am?
Well, from what I can see, I'm not as excited as you, but it is on my list. I am looking forward to this movie. I do want to see this movie. I find it interesting that as of right now, there are no other movies scheduled to be released on this date. So
People are stepping out of the way.
yeah, they're like, why would I want to get in the ring with Rocky or, well, maybe not Rocky.
Yeah.
Ali or whatever. But
I must like you.
yeah. So definitely interested to see this movie. I thought the last one was really, really good. I didn't have an emotional attachment and cry like a lot of people did because it's a movie and they're coming back and not everybody's dead, whatever. But like I said in previous podcasts, the feeling and the watching everybody like be somber and like, whoa, what just happened? That's a great build up to this. So it'll be interesting to see where this one goes and how they pull it all together. And there's so many thoughts on what can happen and what they're going to do with it. So
the anticipation is always the best part. Richie, your thoughts on Endgame?
not always.
I just like to see the completion of it. I'm excited for it. But overall, I was kind of shocked he didn't put Star Wars up there. That's amazing.
Oh, it's coming. It's going to come up in this
Well, I'm surprised that's the first thing you mentioned. But yeah, it's going to be great to finally look at the people that all cried in the last one when you know it's not the end.
Right. It's incredible though that they were able to manipulate your emotions like they did in Infinity War, knowing
those
that
of the weak.
Yeah.
The weak. The non-Jedis.
Mr. Q, I know you're a DC guy sitting over there. You probably are thinking Aquaman right now, but Endgame. What are your thoughts on Endgame? Are you looking forward to it?
This movie not even on my list. No, I'm joking.
Come over this table.
No, it's on my list. It's number 3, but it's 2 more movies I'm looking forward to before it. So as much as I am looking forward to it, I'm excited about these other 2 movies that I got before that.
All right. Well, that's number 1 on my list. Now, having said that, I don't have any audio drops for this because there's no trailer, there's no sneak peek, there's nothing yet. Coming out way at the end of 2019 on December 20th, Christmas release, Star Wars Episode 9. Now, having said that, the last 2 Star Wars outings, Solo, Star Wars Story, and The Last Jedi, in my opinion, were so disappointing. That's why Episode 9 has dropped on my list behind Endgame.
You act like it didn't drop all the way to 10. It's number 2.
Well, the reason I'm excited about this movie is that J.J. Abrams has stepped back into the director's chair, and he did The Force Awakens, which I absolutely loved, even though it's basically a reboot of Star Wars. But I loved what he brought with the real-world effects and creatures and having things right there in the room with the actors. I love what J.J. Abrams has brought to this franchise and the fact that he's grabbing the reins once again. I hope he's going to apologize for the monstrosity of The Last Jedi. Not a fan of The Last Jedi. There were some things in it I liked, but I didn't like the tone. I didn't like what this director, Ryan Johnson, did with the characters, especially Luke Skywalker. Even Mark Hamill himself, immediately after the release of the movie, said that he didn't care much for the direction that Luke had taken in The Last Jedi.
Of course, because he died.
Wait, it's kind of funny because the build up to it, he was building it up, and then all of a sudden, I didn't like that.
Well, because he died.
Yeah,
Like, he knew he was
but
gonna
did he
die
die?
before
Like,
he-
did he die?
die?
Spoiler alert, Mark Hamill, if you go to IMDb, is listed as an actor in Episode 9.
Well, if you
So
appear
we
as
know
a
he's
Force
gonna come back.
ghost, you're still
Right.
technically get
So it's going to be interesting to see where that went. But yeah, so there was a lot I didn't like about the last 2 outings. It looks like Solo has pretty much stalled the one-shot movies based on the poor
I like
response.
Solo.
It lost money. Like, it lost a lot of
Wow.
money for Disney, and so they had to rethink this.
Well,
I actually like that movie, Solo.
I just watched it because it's on Netflix now. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought And it's like I said before, the only problem, and I knew the problem that it was gonna have was he has to be somebody. Like, he doesn't have a fresh take on it because you have to be Harrison Ford.
Right.
When Harrison Ford was younger. So everything you have to do is to try to emulate Harrison Ford.
And the problem I had with Solo, and we discussed this on the podcast in the past, is not everything about Han Solo's backstory that was revealed in the movies had to be explained.
Yeah.
I mean, people wanted to see the Kessel Run. I was like, all right, I get it. But everything from the dice hanging from in the Millennium Falcon to him winning the ship from Lando and meeting Chewbacca, like all of this was crammed into one movie. And I'm like, you didn't have to explain everything in one movie.
Right.
So
it was good.
The bottom line is I am
movie's
intrigued. I want to see how this third trilogy, you got the prequels, the original trilogy, and now they're completing this third trilogy. I am intrigued to see how it's going to wrap up. My expectations are low. I'm hoping I'm going to go in and be pleasantly surprised. Ryan, will your butts be in the seat on opening night?
I don't know. Maybe. Depends on who wants to go, what's going on that weekend. Also, it's going to depend on, the trailers and things of that nature. Like, just throwing out Star Wars doesn't make me run and grab, buy a ticket right now. So
Now, that used to be the thing for me.
Sure.
Like, if it had Star Wars, I want to see it. But now
it's different now. It's different. Things are different.
I'm more cynical
We're
now.
in a different world now.
Richie?
Whatever.
This didn't even make my list.
Also not on my list either, by the way.
I do not have to see
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
He's been waiting to push that button
Yeah.
since, like, yeah.
Downloaded it.
Yeah.
Basically, after the prequels, I've never felt the need to go see Star Wars, but then The Force Awakens came out. I was like, all right. Then they used the formula from New Hope, and I was like, okay, I get it, reboot it. But after that, any Star Wars movie that came out, every time I'd see it, I'd say, I did not have to see this opening night. Why am I here opening night?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't even care if I do see it.
Well, my whole thing was, it's not on my list either.
Gotta have quality.
let me tell you how bad it is for me. I didn't even know Star Wars was coming out this year. Like, so when he was like, Star Wars,
Mackie Big, the Force.
Love me some Jar Jar.
all about Jar Jar. But I just
Can they do a Jar Jar standalone?
No. Well, it's how it's gonna end. They're gonna find out that Jar Jar really is
the mastermind. Yeah.
It's the end credit of the end credits.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. After, like he said, after the prequels, I thought the prequels wrapped up everything. And then it was like, well, okay, I think Disney was just kind of like, well, we just spent $1 billion on this. We might as well get some money back.
Which they made back on The Last Jedi, or not Last Jedi,
Awakens.
Force Awakens. They
Yeah,
made
all their
back
money
their
back.
investment. I'm sure George Lucas was kicking himself.
Oh, yeah. But the thing about it was, they just kept going. It was just like, oh, well, I think they're caught up in trying to give the fans what they think the fans want, and I don't think it's working out to Disney's favor. Right?
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I've been called worse.
All right. Well, we haven't even seen the trailer
She
yet.
came back from the grave for that.
We almost got a 12 months to wait for this, so we'll move on to our next movie.
Yay. We can wait 12 months.
I could wait
This
14,
movie,
20 years.
the trailer, this is number 3 on my list. The trailer just dropped today.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Earlier today,
I know what you're talking about.
they revealed the trailer.
I know what you're talking about.
And I went fanboy.
Jonathan, what have you done?
Do you expect him to make it out?
A $14 million bounty on his head. Everyone in the city wants a piece of it. I say the odds are about even.
About even. That's right. He once killed a man with a pencil.
And
Twice.
away we go.
Loud noises!
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of loud noises there in the trailer. So the first 2 John Wicks. Well, let me go back to the first one. The first one was just a pleasant surprise. Like, I really enjoyed the first John Wick. It was mindless, stupid fun, perfect for this podcast. Just a lot of poetic ballet type violence.
Poetic justice.
That revolved around his Mustang and his dog. I mean, he killed a lot of people over a dog and a Mustang, and it was just pure escapism.
Dog.
Number 2 took that first one and went further with it and did some really stylistic fight sequences involving mirrors and things like that. And I know it was done by Bruce Lee originally, but John Wick was a pleasant surprise, the sequel. And so the way the second one ended, it left on a big cliffhanger, and I'm like going crazy. Like I need to see the conclusion of this I'm assuming is a trilogy. And they finally announced that they were going into production. They wrapped up production, and they just dropped the trailer today. And I am giddy with excitement. Can't wait for John Wick 3. So knowing that there are still Marvel movies to get to and other blockbusters to get to, I'm so excited about John Wick. It lands on number 3 on my list, due to arrive in theaters on May 17th. Ryan, you on the John Wick bandwagon?
Nope. It was just this last year that I even saw the first one, and then I watched the second one. I'm sorry, is my mic down? I said it was just this last year.
Play that disturbing faith one again.
Saw John Wick.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Look, I find Keanu Reeves disturbing. Okay, I don't
you
like.
just got something personal.
I was thinking the
From
exact
the movie
same
Hardball.
thing.
I do have something personal.
He's a great guy.
He's a dick.
He's a good guy.
Dick.
I love Keanu Reeves.
I would say,
would
what
take
has
him
he
out for
done
beer.
for you? But we might not have enough time.
Dick. So, anyways, I did watch 1 and 2. They were good movies, but I wasn't like, after I watched 1, I wasn't like, oh my God, I got to see what the second one's all about. But I watched it because it was a sequel and I enjoyed the first one. And I'm sure I'll see this one eventually too. But I'm not eager with anticipation. It's not on my list.
Richie?
Well, let me tell you, when I met Keanu Reeves,
I knew that was coming.
name drop.
Oh, man.
Come on.
I'm like,
Let him fall.
there you
Ow.
go.
Keanu,
Johnson is failing.
he was really a nice guy.
You're full of shit.
And I liked him. And I thought he was cool. And I'd like to see all of his movies, but I have not seen a John Wick movie yet.
Oh,
really?
You're going to give me crap.
Come on, play one more time for me.
One
more time.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I just missed him at the theaters, and I've never gotten around to seeing him.
Okay,
That shocks me.
Joe, we're on the same page.
He
on
made
this
you
one.
stand out in the freezing cold, and you're going to sit there and say he was a
He
good
was
guy.
working hard.
He wasn't working. He
Him
wasn't
and I
doing
watched the
jack.
Yankees play on the
Not
TV.
jack. All right, sorry, Q.
Look.
Go ahead.
Look, first of all, let me tell you how excited I am about John Wick 3. That is number 1 on my list.
Ooh.
Hey, play that disturbing clip. That lack of
John
disturbing.
Wick 3, I have been waiting since, like, when the second one ended, I walked out the theater and was like, holy fucking shit, I can't wait for the second. I can't wait for the third one. I cannot wait for John Wick 3 to come out. I am like, that is like, I cannot wait for John Wick 3 to come out.
I'm the
I
same way.
cannot say, like, and it's funny because you like watch a Denzel movie and like now he's doing the whole, well, I'm older now, so I got to do the old guy that kicks everybody ass thing. And Keanu started that with John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like so excited about John Wick 3.
Thank you.
So excited.
Nice to hear some logic here. All right, so John Wick's number 3 on my list. Let's switch back into Marvel mode.
I'm gonna need clarification on this space invasion.
Skrulls are infiltrating your planet. They're shapeshifters.
Okay, prove you're not a Skrull.
It's a photon blast.
And?
A Skrull cannot do that.
I'm just supposed to take your word for that.
I have this power, but I don't know where it came from.
I've never seen anything like her.
You think you can find others?
She's just the beginning.
Now, I know nothing about Captain Marvel. I don't know the difference between a Kree and a Skrull. All I know is my butt will be in the seat come opening day. I've stopped doubting Marvel a long time ago. Like when I saw trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I sat in a theater and my jaw hung open and I'm like, these guys can do no wrong. So I'll be there to watch Captain Marvel. I know that she plays a role in this whole Thanos Infinity War thing, so I'm curious to see how that all ties in, considering that this movie, Captain Marvel, is set in the 80s. And so is there going to be a time travel element when at the end of Infinity War, when Nick Fury tries to contact her, he pulls out like an 80s pager to try and get a hold of her. So is he communicating with her in the past? I don't know what the hell's going on. But I want to see how this all ties into the MCU, and I will be there on opening day. I'm curious to see what is going to be going on with Captain Marvel. Now, having seen the trailer, I'm like, holy cow, this looks crazy because there's space and all kinds of stuff going on. She got green blood coming out of her nose. I don't know what the heck's going on. I just am going to trust in Marvel and sit back and let them entertain me. Ryan, you excited about Captain Marvel?
No.
What an idiot.
You know, I don't know who made you God, but this is the thing. Here's the thing.
That's a chance with the pushy buttons over there, sir.
I know, right? You wait till next week. I'm coming prepared. I'm coming armed and dangerous, John Candy style. All right. With Avengers coming out the month after, I'm looking forward to that. This is like a filler for me, and I'm not really excited about it. And you say they can do no wrong, but I think this is going to challenge that.
Think so. What's the worst Marvel movie to date that's part of, since Iron Man in that 10-year span, what do you think is the worst Marvel movie?
Man. Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
No, 1 was great.
Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
2 is probably near the bottom. I wasn't a huge fan of Ant-Man or whatever, but
I would say 2.
Captain America's album.
Ant-Man I thought was semi-entertaining. Like, it was all right. It was better than I thought, because I think
Ant-Man was better than Iron Man.
I think shut your whore mouth. Iron Man.
Good day, sir.
I said good day.
I said good day.
My point is, the worst Marvel movie is better than the best DC movie. Oh!
That was like 8 burns in one sentence.
You know, like I keep saying, we've been running this thing. We've been running this thing for like 100 years. About time you guys caught up with us. Just saying.
I don't think Marvel can do any wrong. Richie, you excited about Captain Marvel?
Well, let me tell you, Joe. I was very, very excited at the end of Endgames when I saw the Captain Marvel.
Infinity War.
Whatever, Infinity War.
You traveled into the future with your time stone.
I did. Yeah. I just told you how it's going to end. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry about that. No, listen. I was excited because I kind of wanted to see Captain Marvel. But now, after the previews and stuff, I'm losing excitement.
It's
really just kind of
looks risky.
It made my list barely. I was actually looking for other movies that I might get excited for, but I didn't see any.
All right. Should I even throw this to Q?
Nope. Didn't even make my list, so.
It didn't make my list either. I didn't get a chance to say that.
And not because it's a Marvel movie, but just because it didn't make my list.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
All right, moving on to number
10 better movies
5.
coming out.
Let's move on to number 5, and then we'll go around the table. Coming out July 26th, my buddies here, Rich and Ryan, we happened to stumble onto a director named Quentin Tarantino filming a scene on Hollywood Boulevard starring Brad Pitt.
Stepped on my foot.
Leo DiCaprio.
Fell on my shoulder. Ow.
And
fell on my back.
They were filming scenes for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if they've wrapped yet on it, but the film is slated to be released midsummer, July 26th. Some people are already calling this the best work Quentin Tarantino has done since Pulp Fiction. The movie basically tells the tale of the Manson murders from the perspective of what I'm assuming are 2 fictional characters, Leo and Brad, playing Hollywood actors and stuntmen and stuff. And they take it upon themselves to try and solve the murders that took place in Hollywood in 1969. So it's all set in 1969, period cars, period clothing, set dressing, all that stuff. And I am, not just because we got to see them film, that's just the topic and everything.
I really think that's the only reason.
I'm really fired up about this movie. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. I love the topic. I love the time period. I love the setting. I am fired up about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Ryan, you with me here?
It's on my top 10 list.
Okay.
I'm not fired up like you are. I'm fired up because we saw it being filmed, and I got to walk along the whole set, and I don't know where the hell you guys were, but I was on the other side of the road where you weren't supposed to be, where all the extras were, and was hanging out with them. It was just a cool experience. So that made me eager to see this movie. Sitting there with Quentin Tarantino,
Name drop.
feet away, smoking
a pipe from
the Inglorious Bastard pipe in front of me.
Yeah.
How cool was that? I got to go see this movie.
Yeah. Richie, come on, man. You got to be intrigued.
That's not on my list.
What?
I have it under my honorable mention, but it did not make my top 10 list.
Huh. All right.
Whatever.
You know, the secondhand smoke kind of affected me.
Q, did you know anything about
Secondhand
this movie?
smoke.
Are you fired up about
From
this
his
movie?
pipe.
First of all, I just want to point out it said Quentin Tarantino, so I was excited about it. Only because of
His
Quentin
name.
Tarantino. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. They could say he's coming out with a remake to how you make the Coca-Cola recipe. Okay, well,
He can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong. So
like
I
Marvel.
go.
All
I
right.
didn't go that far. I didn't say that.
What if
There's
they
a big
said,
difference.
hey, the new Captain America movie is going to be directed by Quentin Tarantino?
You would probably explode.
I would die. But he is doing Star Trek. He's going to do a Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad.
No, that's
All
fucking
right.
amazing. What is wrong with you?
A Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie would be pretty. I'd be there. My butt would be in the seat.
Yeah, thank you.
Why do I got a
I'm
feeling
very
Spock's
curious.
gonna
I'm
be
more
bent
curious
over
about.
with a
I'm more
gimp.
curious about how that's going to be than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You know what they call a quarter pounder on Vulcan?
Illogical.
It's weightless. All right, that was my top 5. I have 5 more, but we're going to go around the table. Ryan, what is on? We haven't touched on your number 1, or did we?
No, you did not.
What is number 1?
Longest drum roll ever. Again. So number 1 on my list is a movie that is it's getting some criticism. It's going to be The Lion King.
Okay.
Now, the reason for it is that when the first one came out, it really it was an amazing movie, and it still remains one of my favorite.
It's the greatest Disney movie of
It
all
still
time.
remains one of my favorite movies of all time. It has a special place in my heart, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it, because I also really enjoyed the Jungle Book when they did that transformation, that adaptation, that live action. So I'm hoping that it is as good of a transition with this one. And I love all the memes out there that are saying, I can't wait for this next generation to see Mufasa die in live.
Spoiler alert.
Live.
My only gripe about Lion King, I saw the trailer, it looks spectacular, but who are these people who are calling it a live action reboot? It's not live action. It's computer generation.
I knew he was gonna be one of them
This is
people.
an animated film. It's not live action.
How did I know he was
I
going to be one of
mean,
them people?
come on. Does anyone agree with me on this?
No.
It is an animated film.
Splitting hairs.
To a fault.
No,
Maybe.
it's not a live action
It's
film.
just an
To be
animated film with the new
photorealistic.
technology we
You
have.
call it whatever you want. You can put it in the comedy category for Golden Globes. You can make it. I don't
If
care.
if Get Out is a comedy,
Yeah,
Lion King is live
You
action.
can put it wherever you want. I don't care. I want to see this movie.
I'll concede that. But the first person to go, new live action, I'm like, no, not live action. Rich, your
Always
thoughts
got to
on
be
Lion King?
right.
My
Johnson.
thoughts are this. It's a good movie. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be great because it's Disney and it is Lion King, based off the greatest Disney movie of all time. Maybe the greatest movie of all time. I don't know. But I would never call it live action either. I just say it's an animated movie with the new technology we have.
Now, even the trailer is almost shot for shot, scene for scene, identical to the Lion King trailer. But who's the director? Jon Favreau, or I don't know who's directing it. But they said it is not a shot for shot remake of the animated movie. So I'm hoping for those of us who've seen The Lion King, I'm hoping there's some new.
I'm assuming it's going to be different because we're going to have different actors except for Mufasa. it's still going to be the same.
If Mufasa,
but I'm assuming if
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I'm assuming
No, that's Simba, right? Or no,
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 Mufasa.
not Simba. No, wait.
James Earl
Mufasa.
Jones played
yeah,
Mufasa.
so that's Mufasa. Who's the? Oh, Scar is the bad guy. I'm thinking of.
Anyways, as the point I was trying to make, which I'm about to forget now, was if it was like
Same,
if it was shot for shot, I'm assuming they would just use the stuff from way back when
the audio
because
track,
that's
yeah.
cheap. It's
Right.
already there.
Right. So, Q, you fired up about the Lion King?
of course, it's number 5 on my list.
Okay.
So, but as much as I'm glad they brought back James Earl Jones to play Mufasa, say it again. I still think they should have brought back Jeremy Irons to play Scar, because he did such a fantastic job. But I don't care. I'm excited about it. It's live action. It is live action.
Oh, brother.
It is live action. And all I care about is Scar better sing Be Prepared. That's all I care about.
All right. All right. Lion King is number 1 on your list, Ryan.
Yes.
What else you got?
So I'm going to go ahead and keep with this same theme here.
Don't say it.
Oh boy,
Aladdin.
jeez.
Oh, man. Wow.
I've got to
I
go.
know, right?
That might be
yeah.
that might actually be a live action movie. I go take credit.
That might be shot for shot.
Maybe, and I will say that I'm a little disappointed so far with what I've seen from Will Smith.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he was a good cast for this. How do you replace Robin Williams, though? That's not necessarily his fault. Robin Williams is just so amazing.
Those are big shoes to fill. Now,
Yeah.
do you know, have you heard whether or not they've given Will Smith free reign to improv like Robin did?
I have not heard anything about
I'm
this,
curious
and
about that.
I don't know that he should, because I feel like it should be along the same lines as the first one, because the first one was so good. So
Yeah.
I don't think it should be that vastly different. But I still, again, so Lion King is like one of my favorite movies, but also Aladdin really has another spot in my heart. I had a huge crush on Jasmine. You all right over there?
Weird.
Huge crush on Jasmine.
I can show you the world.
She is
So-
animated. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That never
And-
stopped me from wanting to marry Belle.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm really looking forward to. Oh,
we got a visitor.
Sorry, I locked somebody out.
Now there was some when they launched when they released some photos from the movie, there was this backlash that the genie wasn't blue, but apparently Will Smith and the powers that be said, "Calm down, the genie's going to be blue." So I think they're going to do some CGI stuff with the genie. So
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. And, like I said, a lot of it probably has to do with nostalgia. Another part of it is really, I went through and I looked at a list that had every movie that's coming out and every release date. And for me, there's not a ton of movies coming out that I want to even see this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's some movies that maybe I don't know about really. And once I see the trailer, I'll be like, oh, that looks good. I want to go check that out. But at this particular point in time, there's just only, 15, 20 movies I even really want to see at this point.
yeah. Well, we'll recap the calendar a little bit later. Rich, your thoughts on Aladdin?
I just flushed him down the toilet.
Wow. Okay.
Not looking forward to it. That's
Yeah,
where they went.
You know what? The way we started this show, I bet you did just drop a deuce.
Q, if you love Lion King, you gotta love some Aladdin, right?
Not looking forward to it. I'm not sold and I'm a huge Will Smith fan. I'm not sold on him being the genie. I'm just not.
I'm open to it. I'm
open to it,
yeah.
but
I'm
I'm
gonna
just not
see
sold
it,
on it.
but maybe I could have put it under honorable mentions. I don't know.
It's not on my list. It's nowhere near my list.
Interesting. Now, the only reason my expectations are a little low is I was interested in the Beauty and the Beast live action remake. Went to go see it, and I gotta say I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that was shot for shot.
I
Pretty
like that
much.
movie.
Even though they added some new music and
that
did
movie.
some different
I
things with
did.
it. They added a scene where wasn't there like a mirror and she like stepped through the mirror or something. So they added some stuff to the movie, but
I thought it was great.
after it was all over, I was like, it's okay, but
it wasn't
it didn't
the-
capture
yeah,
the
it
spirit
wasn't.
of the animation.
I
So
thought it
That
did
that
well.
came out already?
with what's her name from Harry
Emma
Potter,
Watson.
Emma Watson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch what you say.
I thought that was thought that was like the live TV version or something. I don't know.
Don't say Emma Stone. You might hurt Richie's feelings.
Oh, right.
Well, she gets confused all the time for
That
Emma
happened
Watson.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So where is that? That's number 2 on your list?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 3 was Avengers. Number 4.
We're still on his list. Yes, number 4.
Why do we keep inviting Rich? Number 4 is Toy Story 4.
Okay.
I can't.
Really?
Really?
Man, screw you guys.
Here, I got a...
You know what? That friend in me, he died at the third one.
Here's a little, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. They released a little teaser for Toy Story 4. Here's a little clip from it.
I like to be teased.
Yeah. You see the new movie trailer? For what? You ain't see it? See what? What is it, buddy? Ducky. What? They're making another Toy Story movie. No, I thought those movies were done, dog. They made 3 movies. They did make 3 movies. This is number 4. Oh, shoot. Come on. I love the Toy Story, dog. Toy Story is my jam. What about Buzz Lightyear's dog? I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. And then Woody's like, you are a toy. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Woody. Do the flying thing he does. Do it. Do it. To infinity and your mom.
Hey, guys, you got it all wrong. It's to infinity and beyond.
If you didn't recognize those voices, that's Key and Peele doing the characters where they stand in front of the hotel
Liam
entrance
Neeson's
there,
my
whatever.
shit.
Yeah. And so apparently they're going to provide voices in Toy Story 4. I think your buddy Keanu Reeves is going to provide a voice in the sequel.
Well, and it's number 5. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at the irony.
Well, since
look at the irony.
I got to say this. Since I just found out that Keanu Reeves is going to drop a voice in there, and Michael Key, who I met back at Second City back in Detroit back in the day. Wow. Hey, Keegan. I might have to watch this now. It wasn't on my list, but now I might just have to bump it up.
There's no doubt in my mind I'm going to be in the theater watching this movie. The only issue I have is Toy Story 3 was so perfect. Such a great way to conclude that trilogy.
So why wouldn't you want more?
I just thought...
I didn't even see.
Did you hear what he said? Conclude.
Yeah.
Conclude. It never concludes.
This may surprise you.
I never saw Toy Story 3.
Toys come back around.
This may surprise you, but I cried during Toy Story 3. And
I'm sorry, were we supposed to be surprised? Joe, you didn't.
I'd be more surprised if you didn't.
Now, will I be there? Yes, I'll be there. But
it won't be open
I didn't think it was necessary, but of course I'll be there watching Toy Story 4.
It's like when they did The Final Destination. Then they came out with another one.
Yeah, it's like the Rolling Stones final tour. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Grandpa, can you turn the volume down on your phone, please?
I can hear your phone.
What's going on?
Turn the
phone has
volume
Is there
down.
an echo there?
Yeah.
Jeez, rookie.
Man.
Amateur hour up in this piece.
Sitting there like, I'm hearing
What?
voices. I'm
All
hearing
right.
voices.
Toy Story 4. Lord have mercy.
All right. Enough of you people.
I think it was a good one.
Oh, was that
You
your pick,
people.
Ryan?
You
Oh, I
people.
thought we were.
You
people.
Yeah. Talking about Rich.
I said, what you mean, you people?
Trying to say you people.
You trying to say?
you people? All right. Next on my list. Look, first of all, this is my list. I can have any movie I want on my list. You guys can just shut the hell
Well,
up.
just because you have an opinion doesn't make it right.
All right.
Oh, we're still on your list?
Okay.
So number 5.
That sounded like Joe's list.
Number 5.
Number 5.
I'm really excited to see this movie, partly because of how well a movie performed in 2018. And it's not a sequel or anything like that, but it's kind of the same idea, and that's Rocket Man.
Oh, okay.
What?
It took a second for me to figure out what that was.
Rocket Man.
I gotta look that up. On
That
my phone.
is
I have
the
no idea what it
Elton
is.
John.
Okay.
movie.
Rocket Man.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
Taron Egerton as
Elton John.
Elton John from Kingsman fame.
Mm-hmm. So, Rami Malek did such a great job with Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm hoping that this movie is going to kind of continue with portraying these musical icons in a very positive and entertaining way. Preview looks great. It's a great story to be told. Rocket Man's my number 5. Most anticipated movie of of 2019.
The reason it didn't make my list, I agree with you. I'm loving what they're doing with these biopics and stuff, but I've just never been an Elton John fan. Never have. Not even, can you feel the love tonight? I've never been an Elton John fan, so this isn't high up on my radar. But I hope it does well because I want to see more biopics. Richie, you excited about Rocket Man?
You know, normally I would have been, but obviously I forgot about it. And now that I think about it, it's I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see it. The reason I'm not excited about it is just we're getting so many of these music movies right now. You had Star is Born. We just had Queen, Rhapsody, and I just need a break from that.
Q, help us out here.
I'm excited about it. I can't
too
wait.
Much good stuff. I can't have more good stuff.
Well, I don't know.
Is that why you haven't had sex in 10 years?
3 years, dude.
Sorry.
Check your facts.
I got you, B.
Man, hashtag fake news.
Wow, that took a turn. As for Rocket Man, can't wait. It's an Elton John movie. Didn't make my top 10, but I am excited to see it.
When he brought it up, I thought it was the Kim Jong-un story. All right. So that's your top 5?
Yeah.
All right. Richie.
All right.
Recap. What? Have you touched on your number 1 yet?
No, I changed it all up.
I
got a whole 5, whole fresh 5.
All right.
All right.
Number 1.
I'm really excited to see this one. This is my number 1. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
All right. Believe it or not, I actually have a clip ready to go.
Let them fight. Oh, wait.
It's a short one.
Which of these titans are here to protect us? And which of these titans are here to threaten us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This in honor.
Yeah. How are you not excited?
Is this the Tim Williams Award?
The 10-year-old kid in me is
for
like,
you, Tim.
Oh man, this is like
trailer.
The trailer was amazing.
Oh yeah,
with Mothra and Rodan.
I get to see Mothra.
Rodan,
Ghidorah. Oh my god!
Let me tell you,
it's
gonna feel like a Sunday afternoon at the movie theater watching Channel 50 again.
It really is. I
can't
wait.
This might be a little bit before your time, but when I was a kid, there was the 4 o'clock movie, Channel 7 4 o'clock movie, and they would have Monster Week, and they would show all the Godzilla movies, and the like King of the Monsters with the Ghidorah and all that. Oh,
whenever I'm on vacation or actually watch TV and I'm flipping channels and Godzilla's on, I don't care who he's fighting, I'm watching him.
Oh yeah, always.
Now I do have to admit that these last few Godzilla movies have been very, very disappointing. So, but for some reason, seeing that trailer of this new one, I'm there, man. I'm committed.
Yes. It's awesome.
Man.
You should be committed. This is garbage. A garbage list.
It says the guy with Toy Story 4, but okay.
Absolutely. You want to see who gets better box office?
Yeah. Toy Story 4 is going to make
first of all, it's banking on the fact that it has 2 generations.
You want to see who gets better?
2 generations.
How many Godzilla movies are you kidding me?
No, that's the same.
Man, Godzilla movies are foreign.
Kids movies always make money because they're kids movies, so that's
because
not.
These movies
not fair.
are quality, and the Godzilla movies can
trash.
suck balls.
Wow, number 7 on my list.
I think that's racist.
Godzilla
just because Japanese make Godzilla, you think they suck
balls.
Godzilla. Okay, well, never mind. I'll get
all right.
Go ahead.
If anyone watching on Facebook Live, if you want to chime in, feel free.
Yes. Number 2. Are we ready for my number 2?
Yes, we are.
Go ahead, please.
All right. I'm really excited. This has got one of my most favorite actors of all time in it. It's also got a wrestler I'm not a big fan of, but he's all right. It is called Project Extraction. It stars Jackie Chan and John Cena.
First I've heard of it.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
Oh, I heard about the lightning punch that he's been doing now, but go ahead, please.
Elaborate.
It's going to be, it takes place in Afghanistan, and they got to get this family through the Death Canyon or something. And Jackie Chan and John Cena are 2 soldiers that have to guide these people through.
You're making this up.
No, it's seriously.
It's real stuff, man.
No, seriously. This
Seriously,
is a real movie.
This is a real movie. Comes out later in the year. I'm excited.
Right.
Another Jackie Chan movie. How are you not excited for another Jackie Chan movie?
I'll go see it just because Jackie Chan's in it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see
The
if he
Foreigner
can
was
still
really
move
good.
around like
The Foreigner was really good.
It was really good.
The Foreigner was really good.
Excellent movie.
Oh, his last few movies made dozens of dollars. Yeah. All right, what else you got?
Man,
He's such a
hater over there, man. Well, my number
Drinking
3.
haterade over there?
Actually,
that was a terrible joke.
My
though. I
number
wish I had the
3, and I'm
cricket
surprised
sound.
it wasn't on Joe's list because
Next
it's
week.
part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Hobbs and Shaw is supposed to come out later in 2019.
Now, remember, I only did my
yes.
top 5. I still got 5 more to go. And
I don't know how this is not in your
Hobbs and
top
Shaw,
5.
did not crack my top 10.
Wow!
Mr. Hollywood
Mr.
Diecast.
Hollywood Mr. Fast and Furious is all great.
Listen.
Everywhere, every one of them.
Here's you guys got a half hour. Here's my problem. Shaw, the character played by Jason Statham, in a couple of movies ago, a couple of Fast and Furious movies ago, killed people. He killed Han. He killed people. And how they've the next one, he became this funny hero and they all embraced him. I'm like, I'm in the theater, standing up going, he killed your friend. How do you turn this guy into...
Listen, what's Vin Diesel's character's name in that movie?
Forgiven, forget.
Danny.
Donnie?
Dom.
Dom. All right? All right. Don Toretto is talking about family, right? He talks about family.
Yeah.
But yet he sacrifices all these other family members off every movie like it's no big deal. I'm saying if you're not Letty or the baby, he doesn't give a shit about you. That's what I've noticed from Dom.
So
family
at my butt. I worry about Ludacris in that movie because he can get killed.
I don't feel... I think a spin-off from the Fast and Furious franchise is a bad idea. Any movie that doesn't have Dom in it, Vin Diesel, isn't a Fast and Furious movie in my eyes. So, will I be there? Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it was never a good series, and it was really dying, but then you brought in Hobbs, and all of a sudden it became mega hit.
I don't have a problem with the Rocks. Rocks is my guy. But, I don't like pairing up
kick Rocks.
Hobbs.
This is going to be garbage.
Says the guy with Toy Story fucking 4.
Do you want to go box office on these one too? We'll go box office on this.
Worldwide, I don't know. It might work. All right. My number 3, anybody? Or 4? I'm up to my number 4. My number 4 I have down here is Samuel Jackson comes back as Shaft.
Yeah.
And again, how do you not get excited about Samuel Jackson in any movie? But
how do you not get excited about Shaft?
Exactly.
I love me some Shaft.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. He's actually being a Shaft.
Yeah, he likes to stroke his Shaft.
You know what is the most shocking thing about this? Why is this not the 4th or 5th or 6th Shaft movie starring Samuel Jackson? The first one was good.
I'm trying to
I really
figure that one
enjoyed
out for
it.
years.
I thought I was going to launch a franchise. And how many years have gone by now?
I think maybe it's
2000.
Maybe it's Marvel's fault.
Wasn't it 2000 that Shaft came out?
Yeah, it was like 2000.
Yeah,
So
I
almost
got the VHS
20 years
one.
later, they get around to the sequel.
We
That's
actually
infuriating.
saw it together
Yeah.
in the theater, and I remember being loud, obnoxious, and laughing, and it was a great time.
I liked it. He was perfectly cast in it.
Perfectly cast.
So apparently this sequel is going to focus on his son, who is like a IT guy, and they're bringing back Richard Roundtree. So it's going to be 3 generations of the Shaft family fighting side by side. So yeah, I'm right with you, Rich. I'll be there getting my Shaft on.
Go ahead and say something bad about Shaft.
Say it.
It's not on my top 10, but I really enjoyed the first one, and I have to see more before I get excited about this Shaft.
It's Samuel Jackson. How can you not be?
It's Sam
how
Jackson.
can you not be excited about Sam Jackson's Shaft?
I hope it's a bigger Shaft than last time.
Yeah, it better not be limp, man.
There's going to be 3 Shafts in it, so
yeah.
Why? Why? I just want to know why.
Why? You should be asking yourself, why not?
It's going to be the best Shaft ever. We're all going to love that Shaft.
This is the biggest Shaft yet, I think.
We waited 20 years for this big Shaft.
Yeah.
That's a long time to wait for Shaft.
I know.
Edging with anticipation.
Oh, man.
Are we ready for my number 5?
I want to keep making Shaft references.
I'm not even commenting on this.
I can't wait to see the Shaft.
Q has no Shaft.
I can't wait to see Shaft on the IMAX.
Yeah.
Can you hurry up so I can get to my list, please?
Maybe we can see the Shaft at a Dolby Theater. We can feel the vibrations every time an explosion happens with the Shaft.
Yeah, they haven't released a trailer yet. I can't wait for the coming attractions, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
Oh, they did prematurely release a trailer, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So my number 5 movie.
Yes.
I'm excited for it.
You guys done being immature now?
No. Never.
My number 5 movie.
Never.
Sequel to Holes.
Sequel to Holes.
Sequel to Holes.
All right, my number
So
5
you can
movie.
fit your Shaft in there, right?
Double feature. Shaft and Holes.
Featuring Pussy Galore.
So my number 5 movie. The only reason I'm excited about it because when I was a child, I watched a cartoon, and my dad used to. It was the first rated R movies my dad used to let me watch, and he'd tell me these crazy Christmas stories with Santa Claus being kidnapped by whoever we were at war with at the time, and this one hero would come save the day, and that's Rambo. Rambo 5 is my number 5. I'm really excited for to conclude the story of Rambo.
What's the release date on that? As I was looking up movies, I don't recall
It's
ever
later
seeing
in the
Rambo.
year, I believe.
Okay,
They just wrapped shooting. It's in post-production.
All right. I'm curious. I'm not excited about it, but I'm curious.
I'm excited about it. I hope they do with Rambo what they were able to do with Rocky, and give it like a really good final swan song. I thought Rocky Balboa was a great way to finish that, and I hope that Rambo can finish strong like that.
I think so. Sylvester Stallone, it's his
And then
characters.
in
and he's
5 more years, we'll find out Rambo slept with some POW and
Right.
had a son, and it'll be
great.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then,
any idea?
Rambo will teach him and be like, I don't want to do war anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's my question.
Train me.
Any idea who the villain is going to be in Rambo? Because in this politically correct age, it's hard to.
I don't know if he's. This is what's going to make this story interesting. Well, the way the last Rambo ended, he finally comes home. I mean, home. He finally makes it back to the ranch where he grew up.
Yeah.
Remember the first one, he didn't make it because the fat cop got in the way. And then he ended up going to jail, and then they send him off, and then he didn't want to come back and whatever. But now he's back. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to be another.
It's going to be interesting.
Another
Civil War.
Civil War or something.
All right.
Rambo's own Civil War. But it's called Rambo 5, Last Blood. So is he going to die?
Last Blood?
Last Blood.
Okay. All right.
First Blood.
All right, so that's Richie's top 5.
Shaft
Q, recap your list. Did we hit your number 1?
Yes, you hit my number 1 was John Wick 3.
All right.
You hit my number 3 was The Avengers. You hit my number 4, which was Godzilla. And you hit my number 5, which is The Lion King.
So you don't need to be here anymore.
No, we skipped right over number 2.
Thanks for playing.
Number 2?
Number 2 is... It's called The Irishman.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
With Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. Directed by Martin Scorsese.
I forgot about that. That's going to be interesting.
I don't think this was even on my radar. Can you give it to us in a nutshell?
Basically,
Martin Scorsese.
De Niro is one of the teamsters that was with Hoffa.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
kind of goes around what happened.
Gaza goes around that area, but you say De Niro, Pesci, Pacino, and Scorsese. I don't care if they're.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm
That's
there.
a good one. That's a good one, Q.
I didn't. It's not on my radar either. I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I looked through.
The only reason I actually found out about it is we were at work talking about Joe Pesci, and we was like, "Well, what was the last movie he did?" So when I looked it up, it popped up that he was doing this one.
Okay.
So I'm all for it.
I'm in.
It's not going to the theater. It's on Netflix, but I cannot wait for
Netflix is a player. I don't care what you say.
It's gonna get a limited theater release.
It has
So,
to.
yeah.
If it wants to be eligible for Oscar consideration, they're going to have to do a limited theater release. So,
Well,
interesting.
Because if it's going to be on Netflix, I'm going to miss it.
Well, but that's my number 2, The Irishman.
All right.
It's a good one.
All right.
All right. I'm surprised we haven't discussed number 6 on my list. This is going to be one of the biggest movies of the year.
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. School trip. Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
You're all alone.
friends are in trouble.
What are you gonna do about it?
You don't want any part of this.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
Spider-Man Far From Home, the sequel to Homecoming. Obviously, this picks up after Infinity War leaves off, so it's kind of interesting. The main villain in this...
I don't think so.
I'm not all excited about the villain, Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. This is going to be kind of a wait-and-see sort of a thing. The trailer reveals 3 giant creatures of some sort made of earth, water, and fire or something like that, I think they call them the elementals. I don't know anything about that. But the trailer just dropped recently. It looks interesting. Again, I'll be there watching Spider-Man do his thing. Ryan, you excited about Spider-Man Far From Home?
I think if you were going to cast a Gyllenhaal, it should have been Maggie.
As Mysterio?
Yeah. She's more manly than...
Oh, man.
Than him.
Wow.
But,
woo!
Anyways, no, actually, all jokes aside, it is like number 6 or 7 on my list. I am excited to see it. I thought Homecoming was actually a good movie. A lot of people didn't like it. I actually enjoyed it.
Mr. Stark.
Okay, he's a young, impressionable.
Whatever.
I liked it. And so therefore, I'm going to look forward to the next one.
Richie, you fired up for the Spider-Mans?
No.
Really?
No, I'm not. I did not see Homecoming. The first 6 Spider-Mans from Sony kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And
what?
Spider-Man growing up was my favorite superhero, but it just I feel like they got the right Spider-Man from what I saw in Avengers, but I just don't. I think Marvel doesn't get it right with Spider-Man.
Well, I loved Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire. Those are in my DVD collection. But I got to say, my favorite Peter Parker is Tom Holland. I think what he's doing with the character is outstanding.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
I agree with that, but I just don't care to see it.
Well,
I don't want to be disappointed again.
Well, I have to agree with you. I saw Homecoming once in the theater. I have no desire to see it again. I haven't bought it on DVD. I didn't
Then
dislike
why are
it.
you looking forward to the next one?
Because it's Marvel, and I'm excited.
Marvel can do no wrong, but I'm not going to watch their movies more than once.
See that blind ambition?
Yeah. I don't question Marvel. And you shouldn't either if you know what's good for you.
I do know what's good for me, and that's why I question Marvel.
Shaft.
So, Homecoming, is it on your top 10? Or not Homecoming, Far From Home?
Far From Home is actually number 7 on my list.
There you go.
But only because I'm just looking forward to see how they screw this one up.
All right. Now, this might be a little bit more up
beautiful
your
disaster.
alley. Now, Godzilla's number 7 on my list. Number 8.
Daily Batson. I choose you as champion. Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Are you for real?
Say it!
Okay! Shazam?
It's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
You have super strength. Can you fly?
I'm bulletproof. You're dead.
Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
I'm intrigued. The trailer looks light and fun. It looks like a simple story. It doesn't look like he's going to be fighting aliens or trying to save the universe. It just looks like a movie that's getting back to the basics. I'm intrigued. I'll be there. I'll see it. We'll see how it plays out. But Ryan, you excited about Shazam?
Only if it stars Shaquille O'Neal.
Shazam!
That was Kazam.
Oh. Close enough.
Cute.
No, I don't. This is like I don't like. I saw the trailer, and I'm like,
with Marvel.
no, I'm not the Marvel
DC.
slappy.
Oh,
I just I just I don't know. It didn't. It's like a broke man's Deadpool or something.
In a way, it seems like it takes a page from Big. It looks like it
Yeah,
plays
I
heavily into Big with
I
Tom
could see
Hanks.
that too.
Yeah.
Well, how about we say Big borrowed heavily into Shazam, since Shazam was a comic book before Big was even thought about.
There you go.
Yeah.
I concede your point.
I remember talking about this in Comic Experience Sci-Fi with you, a few years ago. We were talking about Shazam and the whole Black Adam thing, and I got to say, I was excited about the Shazam thing, and then I saw the preview, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe what they're saying about DC is true. And I don't want to believe it, but maybe.
Brian Ward says he is excited that he's definitely going to see it. I'm just psyched to see it. I don't know if you meant you're not psyched to see it.
Brian.
It's coming out April 5th.
But I want to know why Brian Ward didn't put it on his top 10. So
yeah, you didn't even have it. You didn't have a number 10.
You didn't have
Brian.
number 10, and now he did.
Anyway, Shazam is actually number 10 on my list.
Number 10. All right.
Only because I as a fan of Shazam, I understand the direction that they're going in, so I understand that's a little lighthearted. I like the darker tone that the DC movies have. I mean, I can see why people say they need to be lined up a little bit, but I like that darker tone. I think because a lot of DC stories, if you read the comic books, have that darker tone.
Yeah.
But I understand why they went the way they did because of the kid aspect of him turning into an adult.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I'm going in with expectations low.
Here's the trivia question for you, Q.
Not
what does Shazam stand for? It's an acronym.
I know. It's Hercules, Achilles, Zeus. I can't forget the other A. And but it's the Greek guys. It's the guys that give him his powers.
Yep. I don't know if they're all Greek though, but
I thought it was something to do with Gomer Pyle.
No, it's the
because Gomer Pyle used to.
Yeah, he gets his guys from the powers of the Greeks.
So you're telling me Gomer Pyle has nothing to do with it?
has
Shazam.
The wisdom of Solomon,
yeah.
Strength of Hercules. Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
Yeah, the Greek guys. That's the guys that give him that he draws strength.
We try to educate our listeners here.
Sounds like Captain Planet.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
I think Don Cheadle's Captain Planet's the best version.
Tree. I turned everybody into a tree.
Number 9 on my list, even though I was completely disappointed by number 2, but I'm actually intrigued to see The Kingsman, number 3. The first one I absolutely loved. I thought it was a breath of fresh air, a nice original take on the James Bond kind of secret society sort of a thing. Really enjoyed the first one a lot. The second one was enormously disappointing. Watched that on an airplane, and I almost walked out.
Wow.
But knowing the characters, being familiar with the characters and everything, I'm going to be there in the theater when Kingsman 3 comes out. I'm fired up about it. So I just hope they recapture the magic of the first one. Ryan, is Kingsman on your radar at all?
It is, for the same reasons you said. That first one was just very unexpected. I thought it was going to be garbage, and then when I watched it,
I honestly think that's why a lot of people liked the first one, because it was different.
Yeah.
And it was just nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be garbage. And it came out and was witty and funny and
great
action.
Yeah.
And, the second one was not great by any means, but I'll give it another shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
fool me once.
Was it only because, like we said, I think like Kick-Ass had the same effect. A lot of people went to Kick-Ass,
first one was great,
but they didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, but the second
the second one played off of exactly what they did in the first one.
Yeah.
If you like really go back and look at it,
I just thought the story was weird. I didn't like Julianne Moore as the villain.
I agree with that, but if you like look at it, the Kingsman 2 played off of what happened, like the same thing in the first one. It just didn't.
Bringing back Colin Firth though was just a cop out. Like I was rolling my eyes, like really they did this lengthy explanation as to how they saved him. I'm like, the way they killed him, there was like in the first one, there was like there's no way out of that, and they come up with this contrived thing to bring him back in the second one. That was kind of disappointing.
Judging by you two not liking it, because I can't remember if I liked it or not, I probably liked it now.
Yeah.
But they might have killed him off because they didn't realize how good it was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things I loved about the first one is it was so unexpected. Like,
well, I'm saying, but they're like,
kill
we
him off.
need
It's
our
like, oh my God.
money maker back
Yeah.
here. So,
yeah.
But it's on my list. Top 10.
Didn't
All
make my
right.
list. Did not make my list.
Didn't make mine either.
So number 10 on my list is Toy Story. We went over that. So Ryan, round out the rest of your list if there's anything we haven't touched on yet.
There is 2. One of them could end up being higher on my list as the year goes on, and that's Jumanji 2.
Okay.
Really,
Interesting cast announcements they've been making. Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Who else did they just add? They just added someone else to the cast list. Looks intriguing.
So yeah, I like what they did with this last one, and I hope they can capture that again and have that same sort of feel for the next one because I found it very entertaining.
Now,
unexpected again.
I did not see Jumanji yet.
What? Oh my god!
Did they leave it open for a sequel?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean,
I would like it more if what's her name actually came back.
I think they
from the first one.
Who was in the first Jumanji?
Oh, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Not Karen Gillian.
No, Kristen Dunst. If her and her brother actually
Jumanji with Robin Williams.
Yeah, if her brother
That'd be
actually
interesting.
came back into this one, that would be.
Danny Glover's going to be in it.
Oh yeah, I think that might have been the name they just announced.
He's getting too old for this.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Danny Glover's really getting too old.
I think the only reason I didn't see Jumanji is I was going through the Rock burnout. He was just in everything, and I needed a Rock break.
Missed out.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You
Jack
really did.
Black
Jack
stole
Black.
the show.
Jack Black
did.
really did. Yeah.
Jack Black stole the show.
He did.
Kevin Hart and Jack Black. What was her name?
The whole cast was good.
The whole cast was good, but
even The Rock had his he did good too. Like,
But
the way they all played each other, the way they all played off each other.
Yeah.
But when you see those names, you expect Kevin Hart to like jump out at you. You expect The Rock to jump out. But to me, that's why I thought it was so good because Jack Black was just like
He was awesome.
he wasn't. You would expect him to be the throw in, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Cool.
Makes perfect sense.
All right, what else you got there, Ryan?
I'm also really interested to check out Brawler.
I don't know anything about that one.
Brawler is based on the true events that the film Rocky was made off of. So it tells a more factual telling of that whole true event. So
That sounds intriguing. Is Sylvester Stallone involved in this at all?
not
or-
that, I didn't see him on any of the stuff that when I was researching it. That doesn't mean he wasn't or anything like that. But it does look, the trailer looked pretty cool. Or not the trailer, I'm sorry. The poster looked pretty cool, and I'm intrigued by the storyline, the synopsis that they gave. So, Brawler.
I'm intrigued
Check it
too.
out. And I think that's my list.
All right. Rich, rest of your top 10?
All right. Well, number 6 would be Manikarnika, the Queen of Hansi. It's an Indian film about the 1887 revolt against the Brits. I saw the movie poster.
Why are you looking at Q like he knows?
Because Q knows a lot. You just
I know about the revolt. I don't the true events. I don't know about the movie.
based on that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, it looks pretty good. Another one is called The Hustle, which is a remake of The Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Okay.
And I'm curious about that because I think it's like they switch the sexes in it. I think it's women.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
in this one.
they're going to do a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah, it's called The
female.
Hustle.
Okay.
And
you,
then
you
there's
know who's starring in it or no?
I have to re-look it up to remember. I can't remember offhand right now. But then there's also Benchwarmers 2, which is interesting that they even made a sequel. So
Yeah.
I figured, why not?
A lot of the same cast coming back.
Yeah.
Is that a Netflix movie? That sounds like that would be a Netflix
It probably
movie.
will be. I don't know. And the final one is they made a movie based on the book The Secret.
A movie based on The Secret.
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to have
What's it
Josh Lucas in it, Jerry O'Connell, Katie Holmes.
Oh, it's garbage.
Huh.
Jerry O'Connell? When was the last time he did anything good?
Yeah, I know. But
I'll wait.
Rich, when you go see
Like
it,
your
I'm
box
going to be
office?
right there next to you.
I knew you would be.
Of course.
What's it called?
The Secret.
It's called The Secret?
Yes.
You should have kept it a secret. Only movie on my list that we did not touch was Zombieland 2.
Put it in your shade.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that. How did I
Cannot
miss
wait.
that?
Comes out this year. It comes out like October.
Yeah,
or
I
something
thought
like
about
Who's
it
in that one?
myself.
Everybody's coming back.
All right.
I think your wife's gonna be in it, or your
Oh, yeah?
ex-wife, Emma Stone.
Oh, yeah, she was in the first one.
my-
Yeah,
my
she was in the
current
first
wife.
one.
We're back
Blunt?
We worked it out.
Emma Stone.
Back together.
Emma
Stone, Rollins, whatever.
Amazon, if you ever actually happen to hear this, and those stalker notes that you've been getting,
it's from Q.
Rich
from Richie.
legally changed his name to Richie Stone.
Yeah, he said he had no problem taking your name. No problem.
Now, there are two movies that did not come up that I have clips of. Let me play the first one, see if we recognize it.
You mind if I save your life?
Not at all.
Who are you? The name's Rex Dangervest.
Galaxy-defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer.
I don't get it.
Lego Movie 2, the second one.
Never said the first one.
Movie 2, the second.
That's actually what it's called.
That's the title of the movie. I got to be honest here. I was not a fan of the first one. I thought it was geared toward ADD 7-year-olds.
I never saw it, but all I know is that everything is awesome from it.
Everything is awesome.
You're triggering my. I'm going to swallow my tongue if you keep that up.
Everything is awesome.
Wow, we heard about it high size.
I liked it.
I loved it.
I haven't seen it.
After watching the trailer, I'm like, oh, who voices this Danger Vest guy? Chris Pratt. He's going to voice Emmett and Danger Vest. That kind of surprised me a little bit.
That's why he's a raptor trainer.
Now, here's another one. This could be a big one. You just don't know. I think it might get lost in the shuffle this year. But I'm going to go see this because I've liked every movie in this franchise.
You think you can fix me?
Why wasn't it on your list?
You are not broken.
I came looking for answers.
You feel like you don't belong here. You don't. They can't begin to comprehend what you are.
They're right to fear me.
I've seen evil. And I'm looking at it now.
X-Men Dark Phoenix trailer looks fantastic.
Not excited.
Really, I've loved. I don't want to say I've loved, but I've enjoyed every X-Men installment. I found all of them to be somewhat entertaining. Days of Future Past was excellent. Might be one of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. I will be there watching Dark Phoenix.
I'll be there only because Congressman.
Kind of trailed off there at the end there.
Pretty much.
I'm not really. To me, the new batch of X-Men movies, First Class was great. What was the next one? Days of Future Past was the second one.
Yeah,
that was good. And then it just it's starting to go down.
Yeah,
it's starting to go down.
I'm looking forward to this one. All right, I'm going to recap the calendar here. Most of these we've touched on, but there's a couple on here we haven't touched on that come out a little bit later in the year. So the first movies of the ones we just discussed here, February 8th, Lego Movie 2. That's going to be a big hit. March 8th, Captain Marvel. That's going to be the first of 3 Marvel movies coming out this year. April 5th, Shazam. April 26th, Endgame. May 17th, John Wick. May 31st, Godzilla. June 7th, X-Men Dark Phoenix. Here's one we haven't discussed. June 14th, just as summer is just in full swing, Men in Black International.
You know why we didn't discuss it? It's not worth it.
The trailer looks intriguing.
It intrigued me when I saw the.
Nope.
I just saw the trailer for the first time. Can't make a judgment if it's going to be one I have to see, but I like the Men in Black installment, so this one. Yeah,
I like the
will
trilogy.
I probably will see this.
Interestingly, Chris Hemsworth is reunited with Tessa Thompson, his Ragnarok co-star. So they're back on the screen together. I think they have great chemistry. Liam Neeson as the European
now
head.
that you tell me that Liam Neeson's in it, I'll have to see it.
Yeah,
because he's good.
And Emma Thompson. So it's a great cast. I'll be there. I'm going to check it out. June 14th, coming out that same weekend. Shaft, June 21st.
What's coming out?
Shaft is coming out.
Here we go. Got another 10 minutes of this. Guys.
Is it a long release?
I hope it's a short one.
It was cold. June 21st, Toy Story 4. July 5th, 4th of July weekend, Spider-Man. July 26th, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. August 2nd, Hobbs and Shaw. Here's another one that is intriguing. September 6th, as the days get shorter and fall rolls around. It, Chapter 2, 27 years later after the first the events of the first movie. All the children regroup as adults. This time the adults are portrayed by James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, are all playing adult versions of the kids from the first movie. And, of course, Bill Skarsgård returns as Pennywise. I didn't think the first one was scary. It was more of kind of a psychological thriller, but I think it's going to be a moneymaker.
Yeah, it is, and I'll probably see it only if my nieces drag me to it like they dragged me to the first one.
Q, October 4th, little movie called Joker comes out. Your thoughts? I'm not excited.
Wow.
Me neither.
Wow.
I didn't hate
Not
him as a
excited.
Joker.
The only reason I'm not excited is because the Joker does not need an origin. That's part of the mystique of the Joker. That is the reason the Joker is.
The problem I have with this is Joaquin Phoenix is probably, in his 40s, maybe 50s?
Yeah.
And
50s, yeah.
Bruce Wayne in this movie is going to be a child. How can Joker be 40 years older than Bruce Wayne?
Exactly.
That's
don't
his
make
nemesis.
sense.
That's his nemesis.
That mean
They complete each other. You can't have Joker be that much older than Bruce Wayne.
that means
Wait, as far as I know, every movie I've ever seen, the Joker killed Bruce Wayne's parent. Like Jack Nicholson killed Bruce Wayne's parent.
That's not canon.
That's
They
not
did that
canon.
in the Batman movie, but
Right,
that's not necessarily in the
canon.
comics.
No one knows the Joker.
I'm going to go on record and predict the Joker is going to be a box office dud, but that's me.
I'm with you.
What do you guys think of this? October 11th. Now we're getting into Halloween. An animated version of the Addams Family.
Pass.
It's going to be computer
Pass.
animation. Listen to this cast.
Pass.
Charlize Theron is Morticia.
Pass.
Chloe Grace Moretz is Wednesday.
Pass.
Oscar Isaac is Gomez. Nick Kroll is Uncle Fester.
It's a cartoon.
I'm intrigued. It's Halloween.
Pass.
I'm always looking for something to see around Halloween.
Like
I will
David
be
Pumpkin.
there. I'm David Pumpkin.
It's a cartoon, right?
Yes, it's
Yes.
computer
Pass.
animation.
Pass.
I will be there.
It's not live action animation. I just want to make this.
Speaking,
No, Brian Ward calls it
Yeah, what was
photorealistic
it?
animation.
There you go.
I don't think this one's going to qualify as that. Now, speaking of David Pumpkins, Tom Hanks has a movie coming out October 18th, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, where he plays Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
been
looking forward to
photos released from him, from the movie with him as Mr. Rogers, and I'm pleasantly surprised
Well,
that he's pulling this
if there's
off.
anybody could pull it off, it is.
that. It is him.
Tom Hanks is
Tom
the
Hanks.
guy.
Well, you know,
yeah.
got to meet Dave Newell, Mr.
I mean,
McFeely. He's a great
it's either
guy.
going to be Tom Hanks or
That's a name drop. You wanna
Mike.
hit me? That's my name
Sure.
drop. I met Mr. McFeely.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, right on my neck. That hurt.
Did they have
there we
that
go.
Comic-Con yet? The Great Lakes Comic-Con? Because
Next month.
There's some Sesame Street.
He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be there.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna be there.
All right, so I'm intrigued with that.
Daniel
November
Day-Lewis
1st,
is who I thought could play it too.
Charlie's Angels, a new reboot of Charlie's Angels, November
Nope.
1st.
Pass.
Also November 1st, Terminator, starring Arnold and Linda Hamilton is back.
That is the only
as
reason I'm excited.
Sarah Connor.
It's because Linda Hamilton's
Come
coming
with
back.
me if you want to live. I'm intrigued. My expectations are low, but I'm intrigued. Linda
My
Hamilton.
expectations. Anytime I hear Terminator, my expectations are always gonna be low now. But
November 15th, Kingsman 3. November 22nd, I'm really surprised you guys did not include this on your top 10. Frozen 2. Kristen Bell is back.
I should have let it go.
Nazim Dazelle is back.
I should have let it go.
I still have to see the first one.
Frozen 2. You guys excited?
No.
I didn't care for the first one. I didn't get it. I don't understand it.
I'll go on a date and see it.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get it. It was a good movie, but I'm not excited for part 2.
Let it go. Let it go.
Olaf was fun.
Let it go.
Don't nobody
Olaf
want to
was
see
great.
that no more.
Now we're into December 13th, Jumanji 2. Here's another one. December 18th. I'm really surprised
Mark
you
says
guys.
the Deadpool director is directing Terminator.
Oh, okay. This is coming out on December 18th. I could just sense the excitement.
Right under the
Right
rug.
under the rug.
By the power of Grayskull.
Have the power!
Pull away from the mic when you do that.
Pull away from the shaft. Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyone
Sorry.
excited about Masters of the Universe? Anyone?
Nope.
Is it animated or
Is
live
Dolph
action?
Lundgren in
Animated.
it? Is Dolph Lundgren in it?
Bueller.
What I saw was
I don't know if
animated.
he's,
It's
Bueller.
animated,
It's animated, right?
I don't know. I am assuming it's live action.
I'm waiting to see
the
a
poster
preview.
I saw was animated.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see a preview
Yeah.
before I get excited.
If it's
about it.
animated, I might be a little more intrigued. If it's live action. If it's animated, no interest.
And then the year closes out with Star Wars Episode 9.
Did we not mention Dumbo?
We did not mention
Brian.
Dumbo.
Brian just brought.
We
it
didn't
up.
even mention Glass.
No
Glass.
Well, Glass comes out this Friday. It's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, that was the
so,
sun, and it's
yeah.
getting critically panned.
Nobody. Kevin Hart's movie just came out. Nobody said anything about that.
The Upside.
Upside.
Looking into the future.
Well,
no,
it's
movies that come out in 2019. I'm just saying.
I'm with you,
remiss in leaving out Dumbo. The trailer looks okay to me. I'll reserve my opinion as it gets closer.
I didn't like the animated one, so
Yeah.
When I think Disney movies, I don't think Dumbo. So I mean, whatever.
Can I throw out two movies that were supposed to be made that I'm upset are not getting made?
Yeah.
One of them even had a release date, and that was the remake of The Crow.
Huh.
Starring Jason Momoa was gonna. He was gonna be
Crow.
Yeah, like I thought that would have been amazing.
That came off the slate.
Yeah, they pulled it. They both walked off. The director they had quit. He quit, and so now it's not being made.
Huh.
And then the other movie that was going to be made and is no longer going to be, it's been shelved indefinitely, was Best Man Wedding, which I was really disappointed.
What is that?
That is not
Best Man Wedding. What is it?
I'm with you, Joe. I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
Yeah, it's it would have been the third installment
of the
Best Man and Best Man Holiday.
I don't know what those are.
It's got so many superstars.
Never heard of those movies. Did they even come out to theaters?
Yes, they did.
Oh my!
Was this like?
Oh my
the
god!
Best Man,
Oh
and then
my.
the Best Man. Oh my god!
Is that Jennifer Lopez one where
Were
she
these
plays
on the
best
Hallmark
man or
Channel?
something?
You guys are.
I think they're trying to be facetious right now.
No, I'm
Seriously,
honestly, I don't know.
I have
never
heard of this movie.
I don't know anything
about
about
Best
movies.
Man.
And they've done 3 of them? Or
Two
you
of
said,
them.
So the
This
third
would've
one
been the
got
third
yanked off the slate. Big surprise, eh, Rich?
I guess so.
Look,
I'm
it's,
surprised you made a second one.
Just because you guys aren't well-rounded and
I work in the theater. I don't even remember coming to the theater.
Probably
you
got
know?
something to do with it.
It's what?
Nothing.
I can't say it, but you can say it.
Oh no! I don't want to bring it up.
Yeah. So all right, Joe. It's an urban movie,
It's
so
a
but
yeah,
it's
you
got,
look
like-
really bad now because it's a black movie.
I'm excited about Shaft. I just hope that Shaft
It's as
doesn't
big
get
as Shaft.
Just,
It's seriously, it is as big as
It's
Shaft.
bigger than Shaft.
I don't know how I missed it.
It's engorged. It has like
Any of
Terrence
them.
Howard in it. It's
Tay Diggs,
Tay
Regina
Diggs.
Hall.
Man.
I missed it.
And he doesn't know who none of those people are.
Oh, yeah, we do.
What's his face?
The cheater? The
No,
cheater
no,
from
no,
the
no.
cheater?
Oh,
Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut is
Thank
in
you.
it.
Do we have to end on that note? Any of you
Yeah,
guys
we're
wanna-
gonna. You know what? Because I don't
anything
want to
you
talk
wanna
anymore.
throw out?
Nope.
Anything?
We're gonna end on the fact that you don't watch black movies. No.
Do a whole podcast on it. I saw Black Panther. All right.
Don't even get me started on that.
Get this
Oh,
man a
Brian
shield.
did. Okay, Brian
saw The
says
Help.
Masters of the Universe has been in the works for like 10 years.
Okay.
He said he'll believe it when he see it.
Oh, all right.
Got a release date.
Well, you
All
know, so
right.
did Gambit.
So did the Crow.
All right.
So,
All right, on that note, we're going to
Hey,
wrap
on
up
the note
our look at 2019.
Right.
they've never seen The Best Man. I just want to.
When we come back, we will do our Oscar special. The nominees will be announced on the 22nd. So we will come back and express our opinion of the Oscars.